Hi everyone, it's Connor. So welcome to or back to my channel. So I've made a few of these videos recently going through different common tank sizes, comparing for the cheapest setup options you can get, but also while getting the best value. So today I wanted to go through the best setups in my opinion for the price for 20-gallon aquariums. So my goal with this is to provide you the best options for setting up 20-gallon right now, with the goal of getting it for the least expensive cost, but also getting the highest quality items so you're happy with your setup and it'll last you for a while. Now for a setup, I'm going to consider the actual tank, a heater, filter, and light. So those are really the main components you need to get a tank up and running. Now today we'll go through 3 setups, and I'm going to look at 3 different options and kind of 3 different themes to each setup. So the first one is just going to be getting everything separate, all the products separate. So what's the best you can do with that? The next is getting an all-in-one kit. What's the cheapest, best value all-in-one kit? And third is what's the best stylish aquarium you can get? Obviously this is more like a rimless look, one that doesn't have like a black rim at the top and bottom. Basically what's going to look the best style, but also be the cheapest, as that's obviously going to be more expensive than the other 2 options. Anyway, let's get into the setups for the cheapest and best value 20-gallon setup at the start of 2022. All right, so the first setup option is what I'm calling the minimal Aqueon setup. And it's called that because so far with all these videos, the Aqueon aquariums just by themselves, with nothing else added, has been the least expensive. So there is a few options here for a 20-gallon compared to other sizes. So if there's both a 20-gallon high and a 20-gallon long. So now for the 20-gallon long, the length is going to be about 30 inches, height about 13 inches, and width 13 inches. Whereas for the high version, it's going to be a length of 25 inches, height of 17 inches, and width of 13 inches. Now the high version definitely is the more common version. You'll see kits generally sell that version, and you'll see stands be made for that version. So that's generally the more common one. Now, when they're not on sale, they cost the same price. And there actually is 3 options for this. So there's the Aqueon 20 high, not on sale, it's $50. The Aqueon 20 long, not on sale, it's $50. And they're actually the top fin 20 gallon, which is the same as the high, same dimensions as that. It's just the top fin brand. And not on sale, that's also $50. Now, regular sale for these tanks, for the Aqueon ones, is $35. I see the high one on for that sale for $35 right now, but Petco does have a $1 per gallon sale several times per year, and so you're going to get either of those Aqueon tanks for $20 per gallon. So the cheapest you're going to be able to get it is $20 for the tank, and I definitely would say try to do that, but I definitely wouldn't pay more than $35 for one of these tanks by themselves. The sales, even for that price, are going to be pretty often, and even $1 per gallon should be at least twice a year. I would think that's what they normally do, if not more. So really expect to pay between $20 to $35. I would not pay the full $50 price. But for this, you're going to be just getting the tank completely by itself. It's going to come with nothing, no lid, nothing like that at all for those prices. So I'm going to go through all the equipment you're going to want to get with this. And this is the least expensive equipment I could find that also had unanimously positive reviews on the items. So for the light, there's a few options here. So the first one that I thought was going to win out is the Aqueon clip-on freshwater LED light. It actually, a few weeks ago when I did a 10-gallon tank, this is one of the ones that I recommended, and it was $17. It recently has gone up to $25, unfortunately, but it's still one of the cheapest options. I've actually used a planted version of this, which is actually now only a few dollars more. It used to be close to $15 more, but that's easy option. It looks kind of stylish, and it's going to work for 20 gallon. I had the planted version, but that lit up my 20 gallon more than enough, and it's recommended for up to 20 gallon tanks. So that's definitely an option. Now, if you want one that's going to go more across, the best options seem to be from a brand called Aqueon. Has very good reviews on Amazon, and there's 2 price points for that. It really depends if you're getting the high version of the aquarium or the long version of the aquarium. The long version is going to be more because it's going to end up having to go wider across, so that's going to be $30, whereas if you want it for the 20 high, it's only going to be $18. So either way, you're probably looking at $17 to $18 for the light. Now, one thing I'll also mention is the tank doesn't come with a lid, it doesn't come with a hood. So If you are keeping a species where they are known to jump out, you're going to need to get a hood, and really the only option is the Aqueon Versa, where they're glass lids. They do have the classic Aqueon one where you have a black top and the thicker light, but those are actually pretty expensive, so I wouldn't even consider them. But the Aqueon Versa hoods for either size is going to be right around $22. For the filter, there's really two options here, and for both the 55 and the 10-gallon videos I did, it also is the same brand and the same type that wins out for the 20-gallon, and that's the Marineland BioWill hang-on back filter, and that's right about $20. Has absolutely great reviews, and there is other options that are close in price, but this one definitely beats them in price. You also could go with just a sponge filter and air pump, and together these will cost you between $15 to $20 if you don't have an air pump already. For heater, the cheapest one I found was a brand called Da2, and generally for a 20-gallon you're going to want a 100-watt heater. Now it obviously depends on the temperature of the room you're keeping it in. If you have a room that's generally warmer, you could probably go as low as 75 or even 50 if the room's pretty warm and you don't need to keep the tank too warm. But generally 100 watts is going to be recommended for a 20-gallon. That's what the kits include. But the Da2 heater is $12. Very good reviews on Amazon. I haven't personally used the brand, but if you're going for the least expensive or still high quality, that looks to be the one. Now for the total cost of this setup, if you're getting the Aqueon tank by itself and all the equipment by itself, the full cost with nothing on sale is going to be $100. And if you have to get the hood, it's going to be at $120. Now, I would not recommend going this option if the tank is not on sale. I really would only do this if the tank is on sale, and then the cost can become better than the kit that we're about to talk about. But on sale, you can expect to pay between $70 to $85, and the $70 happens when you get the dollar per gallon sale, so you're getting the actual tank just for $20. But really, I would calculate everything out and make sure you're not spending more than $85 on this kit. And if you do need the lid, once again, you're going to add $20 to that cost, so it'll end up being $90 to $105. But I'll get into that in the future. But if you need the hood, then getting everything separate here probably isn't the best option unless you already have equipment. The second setup here is a kit. So this is if you want to get an all-in-one kit that comes with everything to set it up all in one. And when comparing all the options online, there really only is one option, and that's the Top Fin Essentials 20-gallon starter kit. So for not on sale, it's $100 by itself, and the regular sale price of this is $80. And if you get it on a major holiday, especially probably Black Friday, it's likely even going to be cheaper than $80. $80 is just what it's on sale right now, just like randomly, no holiday. I bet that a lot of holidays you're going to be able to get it for $60, $70, and Black Friday, I know previous years they've actually done 50% off on these kits, so you might actually be able to get it as low as $50. There are a few kits by Tetra. They actually have 3 different editions, but they're each $130, and they're just on Amazon if you do want to just get it shipped to your house. But still the price, $130 versus even the highest the Top Fin can be, which is $100. The Top Fin just absolutely crushes that in the price, so Top Fin really is your only option here in my opinion. But I do have personally the Top Fin 55 Essentials Aquarium kit, and I have no problems with that. I'm happy with everything. The only small negative I have is I don't really like the heater, but it does do its job. I'm actually using it as a backup heater because I had a problem on my 65 and it's doing fine. I think very positively that the Top Fin Essentials starter kit, so the 55 worked for me. But thinking about this kit, it comes with everything in it. You can set everything up. It has the heater, filter, and light all included, and it also does include a lid with it. So if you do need a lid, if you maybe want to keep species that might jump out or you're not sure, then this is probably going to win because it comes with that $20 lid right with the kit. So previously when I did the 10-gallon video and the 55-gallon video, the minimal Aqueon setup generally did beat the all-in-one kits in price, even if it was slightly. Now this Top Fin 20-gallon kit really beats the Aqueon all-in-one kit, especially if you need a lid, but in general it still beats it, because if you look at the full price comparing getting everything separate versus this, it's basically the same price. And then if you can get this kit on sale, you definitely can beat the getting everything separate. On sale, this will be between $50 to $80 depending on how good of a sale you can get, and then full cost is going to be $100. But I really would say don't spend more than $80, but you know, if you can wait for a holiday, you could probably get it. Anything less than $80, I think it's a good buy. And the third option here is if you want to go with more of a stylish look. So all the options I previously discussed, they're all going to have that black rim around the top and bottom of the aquarium, and they're just going to look like a standard aquarium. Now, you definitely can make your aquarium look cool by what you put in it, even if you're doing one of those options. But if you do want a nice, more stylish aquarium, more of a rimless look, I do want to cover that, what the cheapest option is going to be for that. And I actually previously had a 20-gallon setup like this, so I actually wanted to see if what I ended up doing was the best option myself. Now, there are not many options for this. When I looked at a 10-gallon, there actually were a lot more options. There really was not many options in terms of price. Most are actually pretty expensive. You'd expect that for rimless, but there really wasn't much of a comparison. There really was just two choices here, and that was UNS or water box. If you looked at any acrylic aquariums, they were going to be more than this, over $200, and any other brands besides UNS and water box were also over $200. So there really wasn't many options here. Now, I personally had the Waterbox Clear 20 before, and right now it's $180. I did get that on sale for Black Friday, and I think mine was around $120. So if there are sales, you might be able to get a better deal on one of these, but right now it's $180 full price. The other option here that does beat that out right now is the UNS 60U, and that's a 20-gallon rimless aquarium, and right now it's $155. The best price I could find was on Boost Plant, but if you shop around, maybe you can find it slightly cheaper, but it definitely beats the Waterbox aquarium by a good percentage in price right now. But with this, you are going to have to get all the equipment yourself. It doesn't come with anything, but just getting the equipment and the UNS aquarium, it's going to be $155 plus about $57 for equipment if we use the equipment I mentioned in the first setup. And so you're going to be looking at around $210 for a nice rimless 20-gallon setup. And I just wanted to cover real quick, a little bonus section here. Best stands for 20-gallon. 20 gallons are on the edge of what you can put on just furniture. I would, if you are going to do that, definitely look up the manual for whatever the item is, or just make sure you are confident, strong enough to support the weight of a 20-gallon. Otherwise, I highly recommend just getting a stand for it. But the options for stands, there's a few of them here. Now, the cheapest is going to be by a company called Aquatic Fundamentals, and they have a metal aquarium stand, and so it's $55, and that was by far the cheapest. Now, I don't really like the look of it. If you are going for more of like a kind of a classical look, it could definitely work with the rest of your furniture. But I personally don't like it, but that definitely is the cheapest one if you want one that's for a 20-gallon specifically. Next are two options. You have them both by the brand Magitarium, and they are either a metal stand or a wooden stand. But the wood or the metal are both going to be the same price right now, $70. And it's really whatever you prefer. If I had to say myself, looking at it, I would probably go with the wood just because it has a shelf in the middle. So I'd probably go with the wooden one, but that's going to be $70, and I think it personally does look better than the Aquatic Fundamentals one, despite it being $50 more. Though, if you don't like the open look, as both of those options are kind of an open look, then the next option I would recommend is by the brand Ollie and Hutch, and it's called the Flipper. This is $95 right now about, and I've actually used this before. This is what I was using with my water box, and so it's actually for either a 10 or 20 gallon aquarium, depending on what side you flip it. Put either one on it. Now, one thing I'll note is it is for just the 20 high, and actually all of these stands are for the 20 high. That's what they're made. But I had a 20 cube, that's what the water box is, and I just got some wood planks from Home Depot and used it to cover the entire width of the aquarium, and it works totally fine. So if you did want to use any of these stands with the 20 long, I would just get some wood that's going to measure the dimensions of your 20 long and put it under it, and any of these stands will work. So that's definitely just what I would recommend, and you can still use any of these stands with the 20 long if that's what you get, or if you get a rimless cube or something like that. And now, just to wrap this up, the best buy by far in my opinion is going to be the Top Fin Essentials kit in almost any situation. So that's definitely my thoughts. And then I also added in, if you want a stylish aquarium, those are the options too. I'd go with the UNS personally in the future. Although I was very happy with my water box. I actually sold that because I was moving, but the UNS beats it in price right now. But that wraps up my breakdown of the cheapest 20-gallon aquarium at the start of 2022. I am curious if anyone out there finds any better deals that come up on 20 gallons. Definitely let me know. And I plan to go through other common sized aquariums in future videos and give a comparison just like this. I currently have a 10 gallon, 55, and now a 20 gallon up on my channel. So soon I'll be releasing 29 gallons and 40 gallons, and then larger tanks like 75 and 125. So if you want to catch those rays that come out, be sure to subscribe. And if you did find this video helpful or liked it, a like on the video is very appreciated so others can find it more easily. But anyway, thanks again for watching, and I'll catch everyone next time.